Two halves under pressure. And this has come from,
already. They have one round.
I know, but mate, we've got to think of. We're going to come back to these topics. So,
well, yeah, I suppose you're about to sack Desi Hasler as well, are you?
No, I couldn't care less of what Manly do. But
right. Just be honest.
Mitchell Moses and Luke Brooks.
Yeah.
Luke Brooks, for mine, the common denominator with the Tigers not doing anything for the last 10 years has been Luke Brooks. I don't know. I watched the game, obviously, as a Tigers man, and we don't want to talk about the Tigers.
Well, he hasn't been there for 10 years, surely, has he?
Yeah, he has. It was close to. Close to.
I know. He was the next big thing. Joey Johns. You rewind 5 years ago, Luke Brooks was going to be the next big thing, and you're right. He hasn't lived up to the hype, I guess, and he hasn't got the consistency. He's not that game breaker that we thought he maybe was going to be.
No, he kicked it out on the full a couple of occasions. He did a try assist to Jacob Little there in the first half, but his defence has only come good the last couple of years. Used to be a turnstile, and he just hasn't brought what everyone thought he was going to bring. And it brings to mind the ability of a halfback, or a halfback or a 5'8" to be able to carry a team. What's your thoughts on that?
That's your job. The really good halves, they are the blue chip. They're the key, aren't they? And Luke Brooks was purchased and signed, expected to be that number 7. But yeah, in his defence, he's a wonderful player. But I think maybe too much is being asked of him. Maybe he hasn't got the players around him that some of the other good halves or great halves in the game have got, and nor maybe he's playing off the back of a pack that some of the other really good halves have got. But I can understand you, because are you wearing your West Tigers fan hat?
No, well, no, not really. I talk to other people about it. I talk to, other rugby league fanatics.
Who was his six last year? It was Josh Reynolds.
Reynolds.
Yeah, in and out though.
And Benji. So
yeah. And for a while there, he hasn't had a consistent. There hasn't been a consistent halves pairing it. We'll say Concord like that.
Look, Concord.
It'd be interesting to see how Luke Brooks would go at another club, but I can't really see him wearing another jersey than West Tigers.
Well,
give him a few rounds. Give him a few rounds before you hammer the nail in his coffin.
Well, you said it. You said that the players around him, right? The forward pack. Now, Warren Ryan was quoted in an article, a good article by Adrian Prasenko out of the Sydney Morning Herald, Warren Ryan talked about Joey Johns being able to lift a forward pack and carry the forward pack through his creative play to ensure that he gave them a break, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what's being lost. I think if you look at they were in that article, they talked about Joey taking Mitchell to an Ari, and them getting out the and you've been coached by him, the salt and pepper shakers, the coins, and showing them how to dissect a football field and how to get the most out of your field percentages, etc. So why, with the current talking about Mitchell, is it his last chance this year, or is it more again the players around him? Do you think
Mitchell Moses we're talking about?
Yeah.
Well, he's in a similar boat to Luke Brooks, I guess, and they used to play together, didn't they? At the Tigers not so long ago. Again, it's too early this year. I think with Mitchell Moses, last year, I don't think he and Dylan Brown really were settled as a 6 and 7 for much of the season. They were both either in or out. Particularly Dylan Brown was more out. I think in terms of improvement, Mitchell Moses has come on a lot faster than in recent years than Luke Brooks, and The jury's still out on Parramatta this season, but one thing I know is if Parramatta are going to be a premiership contender, and I'm not sure if they've got the depth, by the way, but if they're going to be a premiership contender, Mitchell Moses has to have an absolute blinder of a season, because how long can you keep saying, well, it's going to happen with Mitchell Moses? This has to be his year. Has to be his year, or Parramatta might slowly start drifting away as what you would consider to be a top 8 certainty. Anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. But what about Brad Arthur? Has he got something? He's only got him to the first round of the finals, 2 or 3 times in his tenure. I think Brad Arthur's a great bloke, but I don't know whether he's got the tactical chops.
I don't know. He comes across as a good fellow. I know he's a good fellow. But he's been there a while. I think he's the second longest serving coach at Parramatta. Would that be right? I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah.
Look, yeah, eventually you've got to sort of come up with some silverware, haven't you? I don't know when that's going to happen for the mighty Parramatta. I don't know. It's been a long time. 86, I was there. I was at that grand final.
35
Patient,
years.
aren't they? Patient fans, the mighty Para fans. Yeah, look, we'll have this conversation at the end of the year about Brad Arthur. Okay. It's too early to start talking, getting the knives out for Brad. My God, are you going to take the knives out to everyone?
No, we've got it. This is NRL DNA, mate. We've got to set the standard.
Hat on,
No. I just like to let's
dissect
right out there straight away. We're not going to talk about. We've got to have an opinion, mate. We're not going to get
backstabbing, just dissecting.
No backstabbing at all. Just dissecting at all. Okay. All right.